So over the past 5 lessons, we've covered everything. Your training, your nutrition, your recovery, your own limiting beliefs. And hopefully now you've realized something. Look, getting into incredible shape isn't about finding another workout or another diet or another supplement, another recovery hack. It's about consistently following the compound principles. But maybe you're still sitting there thinking, Josh, yeah, all right, bro, this all makes sense, but what would you actually tell me to do? This is what this video is. If you became a compound client today, there are 3 men I see over and over and over again. And by the end of this video, I want you to know which exactly one of them you are, because when you're clear on that, knowing what to do next becomes incredibly simple. The system changes, but the principles never do. Before we start and dive in, if you'd enjoyed this Compound Foundation series, please hit subscribe. Honestly, it does mean the world to me. And now, let's get to it. See, these people here, they aren't athletes, they aren't influencers or people with unlimited time. They're ambitious men, business owners, professionals, dads, you get it. The outside world, though, thinks that they're winning. Nice house, holidays, watch, golf, whatever, good career. But behind closed doors, they're frustrated. They don't feel like themselves anymore. They're looking at the version in front of them and they're scared. Let's find out which one that you are. Man number 1 is the guy who's let himself go. Maybe a little bit podgy around the edges, right? This is the most common one. You've built the business, you've built the career, but somewhere along that way, you've stopped building yourself. You stopped caring about yourself. The belt's got a lot tighter. You're avoiding now taking your top off. And you're tired every afternoon living on caffeine. You keep saying, you know what? I'm going to sort things out when it calms down. So here's exactly what I'd do to that guy. From a training standpoint, really simple. We'd start with 3 sessions per week. 2 full body gym and 1 run. That's it. That is completely it. Why? Because we need both sides of the equation. The gym helps us build and retain lean muscle mass whilst we lose some fat. Running improves our fitness. That's exactly why. So we're not doing 6 days in the gym, which is unsustainable, or hours of cardio. We've got 3 purposeful sessions that is going to rebuild your strength, add some lean muscle mass and fitness without taking over your life. Nutrition. Here's the whole thing on back of a napkin. Write this down. Your calories. Here's a simple starting point to use. 10 to 12 times your body weight in pounds. If you sat down all day, 10. If you're up and about and active, 12. So if you're 200 pounds, you're going to be eating anywhere between 2,000 and 2,400 calories every day. That's it. You don't need an app for that. Thank me later. All right. Notice what that is. It's not extreme. It's not a crash diet. I want you to lose 0.5% to 1% of your body weight each and every week. If you've got loads to lose, you can sit at the top end of that. If you're chasing a little bit, just slow down, okay? Because the research on this is super, super clear. The men who diet more slowly will keep more muscle mass. The men who crash diet will lose muscle with fat. What do you want? And then you end up smaller, softer, and back where you started. Protein intake, 1 gram per pound of body weight, super easy, super straightforward, every single day. Now, if you are carrying a lot of fat, that number comes out like crazy high, right? 400 grams of protein per day. So use your target body weight instead. So if you want to be 180 pounds, eat 180 grams. 4 protein servings spread throughout the day, not one like huge full chicken for dinner. Spread it all out. Fats, 0.4 grams per day of your body weight, never below 20% of your overall calories. If you eat too little fats for long enough, your hormones will start taking a tank. Then your mood, your energy, your sex drive, all goes down the bin. So we cannot do that. Everything else literally goes to carbohydrates. And here's where I want you to put those carbohydrates. The biggest share needs to be in your meal before and after training, pre and post, okay? Because I don't want you just surviving your workouts. I want you performing, because that's what builds the physique. Now, if progress stalls, don't panic, don't slash calories, don't add another hour of cardio. We ask some questions first. How accurate are you being? Are you weighing daily? Are you using weekly average? Because single weighing lies. So when we look at you, don't just look at a single daily weighing. Look at your weekly average. If the weekly average genuinely hasn't moved, we do a couple of things, one or the other. Reduce calories by 200 per day or hard add 2,000 steps. Small adjustments, rationally, not emotionally. Now, maybe that's not you. Maybe you've never really struggled to lose body fat. Your frustration is different. So let's dive into man 2. Remember, the system changes, but the compound principles never do. Man number 2. I've never looked like I've trained a day in my life. This guy has usually trained for years, but it still doesn't look like he's ever walked into a gym. Maybe you've always been skinny fat, or you've dieted so many times that you've just lost loads of muscle. People wouldn't guess that you train. And that stings. So here's exactly what I would do. Training, you need to shift the balance, because right now you're busy just accumulating tons of fatigue, not any muscle mass at all. So we're going to go 3 full body gym sessions and 1 run, because your priority is looking like you lift, right? We want to build some lean muscle mass. You need more exposure to quality strength training, but not junk volume. Less noise, more intensity, better programming. Knowing the correct exercises, sets, reps, and progression is perfect for you. That's what you need. And 1 weekly run is going to keep our fitness base moving forward, whilst our primary focus is building on that physique that actually looks like you train. From a nutrition standpoint, we need to find your maintenance calories. So again, we're going to take your body weight in pounds, we're going to multiply it by 14 to 16 this time. If you have a desk job but you move, 15 maybe. If you're on your feet all day, 16. Now here's the important part, because that's going to spit out quite a large number. You may be shocked, but that's a starting estimate. You're going to eat that for 7 to 10 days. You're going to track your body weight. You're going to notice the trend. That then tells us our real maintenance. If the trend is up, you're above maintenance, you need to drop it down, etc., etc. Then we're going to stay there. We're going to hold maintenance and train the house down. We're going to lift heavy, but safely, and intensely. And your body should recomp naturally. This is what I see with all of my guys. Protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Again, every single day, spread it out, 4 servings across the day. Fats is exactly the same, 0.4 grams per pound, never below 20% of your total calories. And again, the rest is carbohydrates. It's going to be a lot, because if you want to build some muscle, you need to be training hard enough to actually grow. And carbs are the biggest lever for you to do that. Pre and post workout, most of them, then spread the rest across. Now, if your lifts haven't moved for like 3 or 4 weeks, or your body shape just isn't changing after 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to move you into a slight surplus by adding 100 to 150 calories per day from carbs, pre or post workout. Now, if you're a bit fat already, we're actually going to reduce calories from carbohydrates or fats, around 200 calories. Small adjustments, consistently repeated, are the most important thing here. Now, maybe you're neither of those guys. So let's dive into man number 3. Remember, the system changes, but the compound principles never do. So maybe your biggest frustration is this. So you're the guy who's doing everything, but nothing's working. This man's everywhere. You already train. You're 6 days a week, double days, high rocks here, run that, you've got MyFitnessPal, you've got the Garmin, maybe a Whoop as well. You eat pretty healthy, you follow loads of fitness accounts. From the outside, people are like, this guy is like the guru, he knows. But you know something's not right. You still don't look like you train. You don't have energy. You don't have the confidence that matches the energy and the effort that you're putting into your training. You're working hard, but you're getting no reward for it. And here's what I'd do. From a training standpoint, now, I'm really sorry, but I wouldn't be prescribing anything until I had a lot more data. Like, what are you currently doing? What is progressing in anything? And what keeps breaking down? How are you recovering? What does your schedule genuinely allow? Like, we need to look at the data here. Generally, we need to take a less is more approach. Strip away the junk, return for the fundamentals, and then rebuild your training from the ground up, with every session having a clear purpose. The biggest mistake I could make here is just prescribing something without actually understanding. Coaching starts with diagnosis, not assumptions. All right. Nutrition wise, you don't need to cut or bulk. We need to just find your maintenance, exactly like the last one, and just eat there consistently. So here's the starting point. Body weight, same as last one. Body weight in pounds times 14 to 16. Track your food properly for 7 to 10 days. Weigh yourself every single day. Watch that trend. If it goes up, reduce calories a little bit. If it goes down, increase calories a little bit. That's your maintenance. Protein, as always, 1 gram per pound of body weight. And we need to spread that, as always, across 4 meals across the day. Don't throw it all into dinner. Fat's exactly the same, 0.4 grams per pound, never below 20% of your calories. And again, carbohydrates, biggest share pre and post training. Now, if progress stalls, we don't change the system. All right, we ask some questions. Have you actually earned the right to change anything? Have you repeated it consistently for weeks and weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks? Or have you been changing things every 7 days? Most men don't actually plateau. They just aren't patient. Think about that. Can you see what's just happened here? We've got 3 completely different men. 3 completely different goals. But here's what I want you to notice. None of these men stay here. These aren't 3 different destinations. They're simply 3 places most ambitious men begin. One man needs to lose some body fat. One needs to build some lean athletic muscle. And one needs to just untangle years of confusion. But they're all heading towards exactly the same place, to become stronger, leaner, more energetic, more confident, to become the man they know that they are capable of being. That's why the system changes, but the compound principles never do. And that's where real coaching actually begins. And this isn't where coaching ends. Knowing your starting point and calories and weekly training structure is useful, right? But information alone is rarely the reason why somebody changes. Information doesn't change people, implementation does. So inside Compound, every client starts with a performance blueprint. We sit down together, have a chat, because behind every system that I build is a person. And until I understand that man, I can't build the right system. So your goals, your history, your schedule, business, work, family, what's worked in the past, what hasn't, what's actually getting in the way of you actually achieving your goals. And from there, we build your personalized training, recovery, nutrition system. Then we use your data, formal check-ins, regular calls. We keep adjusting the plan as your body, performance, and life changes. We don't build the perfect program. We build a system you can actually follow for 365 days a year. A system that evolves to suit your life. But the compound principles will not. We start rebuilding with the foundations. Then we turn those foundations into a repeatable performance system. And eventually, the goal is for your health to just run quietly in the background 365 days a year, whilst you continue building the rest of your life. So which man are you? Are you the man who's let himself go? Are you the man who never looks like he trains? Or are you the man doing everything but actually getting nowhere? Once you understand where you're at, the next move becomes super, super clear. And if you want to learn a little bit more about exactly what we do inside Compound and how we take someone from their starting point to being ready for anything 365 days a year, watch this video next. Or look, right? If you've already seen enough and you're ready for more help, send me the word compound on Instagram. The system changes. The man changes. The compound principles never do. And that's Compound, not a generic training plan. It's a better way to build the body that supports the life you worked so hard to create. Because the goal was never to build a better body. It was always to build a better man and be ready for anything and everything 365 days a year. If you like this video, found it valuable, enjoyed the entire Compound Foundation series, please hit subscribe. It means everything to me. And guys, I'll see you next week.